The 2026 FIFA World Cup, beginning on June 11, 2026, and running until July 19, 2026, stands as the largest, most globally ambitious football event ever attempted. A monumental celebration of sport, culture, and human connection, staged across the United States, Canada, and Mexico. Three nations united not only by geography, but by a shared passion for hosting mega events on unprecedented scales. And as the world prepares for this expanded 48-team tournament, the atmosphere around it feels electric, as though the planet is collectively inhaling in anticipation of a summer that will stretch across deserts, mountains, skyscraper-filled skylines, coastlines, and stadiums of every shape imaginable. The opening ceremony will erupt inside Mexico City's legendary Estadio Azteca, a location soaked in football history and emotional memory, where millions of fans are expected to tune in to watch fireworks explode over one of the most iconic stadiums ever built. And from that moment, the tournament will ripple outward like waves, north into Canada's futuristic football environments in Vancouver and Toronto, and across the United States' massive sports infrastructure, where venues built for the intensity of American football will transform into global theaters for the world's most beloved sport. Stadiums like MetLife Stadium in New York, New Jersey, chosen to host the final, AT&T Stadium in Dallas, SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, Levi Stadium in the San Francisco Bay Area, Gillette Stadium in Boston, NRG Stadium in Houston, Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City, Lumen Field in Seattle, and Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, will become the pillars of this historic tournament, offering state-of-the-art broadcast systems, enormous seating capacities, retractable roofs, top-tier acoustics, and the kind of technological layering that turns football into a cinematic experience. Meanwhile, Canada's BC Place and BMO Field will provide contrasting atmospheres, from Vancouver's Pacific Northwest coastal energy to Toronto's skyscraper-lined lakefront culture, while Mexico's Estadio Akron in Guadalajara and Estadio BBVA in Monterrey will burst with color, rhythm, and noise as one of the world's most passionate football nations brings its signature intensity to the global stage, completing an extraordinary tri-national experience. This World Cup is far more than a sports competition. It's a logistical marvel, involving years of preparation, billions invested in infrastructure upgrades, expanded public transportation networks, redesigned airport terminals, city beautification projects, environmental sustainability systems, and tourism frameworks crafted to handle an unprecedented wave of international visitors. Across the host cities, fan zones are being built on a scale never seen before. Massive outdoor viewing areas in places like Times Square, Toronto's waterfront, Mexico City's Zocalo, Seattle's Pier Park, Dallas's Clyde Warren Park, Los Angeles' City Walk, Miami's South Beach, and Houston's Discovery Green will transform into living, breathing oceans of music, chants, flags, food trucks, cultural performances, and fireworks every time a goal is scored, creating an immersive festival atmosphere even for those nowhere near the stadiums. Economists estimate that the combined economic impact across the three host nations will exceed tens of billions of dollars, generating jobs, boosting hospitality industries, sparking new business opportunities, and leaving behind lasting city improvements, from upgraded transportation lines to renewable energy stadium systems and expanded tourism zones that will live on long after the final whistle. The expanded tournament format, increasing the field to 48 nations, means more group stage matches, more diverse styles of play, more emotional upsets, and more nations making historic World Cup appearances. And with that comes a deep sense of inclusiveness, as millions of fans from countries not traditionally represented in previous tournaments prepare to see their flags displayed on the world's biggest sporting platform. Broadcasting innovations will push the viewing experience into a new realm. Ultra-immersive multi-angle streaming, holographic fan displays in major cities, upgraded VAR systems, AI-powered match analysis overlays, 8K and 12K camera rigs hovering over stadium roofs, drone-assisted cinematography, and augmented reality tactical breakdowns that will revolutionize how people understand the game. Even weather variations will shape the story, with matches played in desert heat, humid coastal climates, breezy northern conditions, and cool mountain air, making the tournament not just a competition, but a geographical journey across the entire North American continent. And beyond the technology, beyond the stadiums, beyond the spectacle, lies the emotional essence of the World Cup. The idea that for 5 weeks, the world will be united by a shared heartbeat. Millions chanting in living rooms, cafes, public squares, airports, shopping malls, and stadiums, creating a soundtrack of global unity rarely seen in modern times. Families will travel across borders, friends will meet after years apart, fan cultures will blend, music traditions will collide, food vendors will bring the flavors of every continent into North American streets, and the entire planet will be wrapped in a swirling, unforgettable atmosphere of hope, excitement, and anticipation. As June 11 approaches, the world counts down the days, imagining the moment the lights ignite inside Estadio Azteca, imagining the roar that will ripple through millions of viewers, imagining the first whistle that will officially launch a 5-week journey across 3 nations, 16 stadiums, thousands of storylines, hundreds of hours of football, and countless moments that will be remembered for generations, all leading to July 19th, when the final drama unfolds in New York, New Jersey, and the world witnesses the conclusion of the biggest, boldest, most spectacular World Cup ever held, a tournament destined to carve its place permanently into the history of global sport.
The 2026 FIFA World Cup promises to be not only a sporting spectacle, but a profound cultural and historical event, as it will introduce groundbreaking changes to the tournament's structure, logistics, fan engagement, and global impact that have never been attempted before, creating layers of complexity and excitement that will resonate far beyond the matches themselves. And one of the most fascinating aspects of this World Cup is the decision to implement innovative scheduling formats designed to maximize both competitive fairness and fan accessibility, with multiple simultaneous match days, staggered kickoff times, and carefully planned recovery periods that allow teams to perform at peak levels, while giving millions of viewers worldwide a near continuous stream of football action, creating a rhythm of anticipation and engagement that will unfold across 5 weeks in a way that no previous World Cup has accomplished. Beyond the match schedule, the 2026 tournament will be distinguished by an unprecedented focus on fan experiences, both inside and outside stadiums, with the introduction of massive interactive fan zones equipped with immersive technology such as virtual reality simulations, augmented reality tactical breakdowns, interactive touchscreens displaying live statistics, and holographic displays of player movements, allowing even those far from the stadiums to feel like they are part of the action, as well as community-focused initiatives in host cities designed to bring local populations into the tournament atmosphere through cultural exhibitions, music festivals, public art installations, and football workshops aimed at youth development and international collaboration, all turning the World Cup into a citywide and continent-wide celebration of culture, technology, and sport. In addition, 2026 will be the first World Cup to integrate environmentally sustainable operations on such a large scale, including stadiums powered by renewable energy sources, zero-waste programs, carbon offsetting for team and fan travel, sustainable public transportation initiatives, and partnerships with local organizations to minimize the tournament's ecological footprint, ensuring that while the event is massive in scale, it also sets a precedent for environmentally responsible sporting events in the future, reflecting a growing awareness of the global responsibility of football as the world's most popular sport. Media coverage for this World Cup is also expected to be revolutionary, with live translations in dozens of languages, hyper-local commentary options, real-time social media integration, AI-driven highlights customized for individual fan preferences, and 24-hour global streaming channels that will make it possible for audiences everywhere to experience matches as if they were inside the stadiums themselves. While broadcasters and content creators will experiment with cinematic storytelling, multi-angle replay technology, and in-depth tactical analysis that has never been available to casual fans, turning every goal, pass, and defensive play into a story worth watching and discussing around the globe. The host cities themselves will become microcosms of football history and global culture, with urban planning projects revitalizing public spaces, local businesses collaborating on fan-centric events, streets and plazas transformed into open-air arenas, and culinary experiences curated to reflect the diverse heritage of participating nations, giving fans not just football, but a holistic festival of human creativity, food, music, and tradition that complements the athletic spectacle. Additionally, the 2026 World Cup will introduce technological innovations in athlete performance tracking, injury prevention, and coaching analytics, using wearable devices and real-time biometric monitoring to optimize player conditioning and tactical decisions, while also providing unprecedented access to fans and analysts who want to study games in depth, creating a bridge between science, strategy, and entertainment that deepens appreciation for the nuances of the sport. Another defining feature of this tournament will be its impact on youth engagement and global football development programs, as FIFA and partner organizations will leverage the tournament to expand grassroots initiatives, football academies, and educational outreach programs in host cities and around the world, inspiring a new generation of players, referees, and fans, and planting seeds for the future growth of the game that will be felt for decades. Security and crowd management will be at the forefront, with advanced monitoring systems, AI-assisted surveillance, coordinated cross-border law enforcement collaboration, and volunteer programs designed to ensure safety while allowing fans to enjoy the festival atmosphere freely, blending high-level planning with the passion and spontaneity that make football such a universal human experience. And beyond the stadiums, the cultural impact of the tournament will be enormous. From music concerts featuring international artists in host cities, to art installations celebrating the histories of participating countries, to media campaigns highlighting the stories of fans, local heroes, volunteers, and organizers who collectively contribute to making the World Cup a living, breathing, shared experience, allowing football to be more than a game, but a moment of global unity and human connection. Finally, the 2026 World Cup will serve as a historical turning point in international sport, demonstrating the possibilities of collaboration between multiple nations, pushing the limits of technology, sustainability, and fan engagement, expanding the reach and inclusivity of the game, and creating memories, stories, and cultural milestones that will resonate across generations, ensuring that long after the final whistle blows, the 2026 FIFA World Cup will remain an indelible part of the world's collective memory, a festival that brought together continents, cultures, and people in a way no sporting event has ever managed before. and that will be celebrated and remembered, not just for the goals scored, but for the experiences created, the connections forged, and the inspiration it provides for the future of football and global sporting events alike.